right, let's see here. I'm gonna get this set up right now. Appreciate everybody that's gonna be tuning in tonight. Let me try to go over some of the plans I got for tonight. I want to try to keep this as cordial as possible. I actually do want to see where these conversations will go between Rocko and Carl. And Carl and Rocko both reached out to me, said they'd be down to do it. So it's kind of the plan here. I'm gonna get the link shared up so you guys can join. What up, Sunflower? What up, Ford for Life? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see here. Just want to get all this set up. What up, Canadian Patriot? Everybody stopping in a little early. Appreciate it. But yeah, bear with me for a second while I get all of our guests set up here. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. And I gotta turn that off. That's way too loud. All right. Link for Rocko and Carl. So, guys, this isn't an open panel. I'm just going to be having Rocko and Carl on. My regular mods kind of know what the deal is on my channel. I don't want people just talking shit in the chat because I think it'll distract from the conversation. I want these two to actually have a conversation together. So if we can refrain from just talking shit just to talk shit. Any genuine questions I'll actually put up. So yeah. If anybody's actually trying to inquire something, then it's a little easier for me to put up. But you know how it is. I want the conversations to move forward. So I'm just kind of setting up and letting everybody know kind of what to expect. Oh yeah, I try to give everybody a wrench, Canadian. That way, you know, people can sort it out themselves. Because I really don't want to block anybody. It's not really my goal. Most of the people that have wrenches I like, or I've talked to before or whatever. There's a reason they have wrenches. Like I'm not doing it to be a stickler. But yeah, let me pin this to the top of the page. And then, so now we got it up in the live chat. So when everybody's ready, you guys can hop on. I know we're like 2 minutes early. I talked to Carl and I've talked to Rocko. It seems like we are good to go. I got my energy drink. I am copacetic and set. Yeah, thanks everybody that stopped in early. Thanks everybody that's tuning in now. Tonight we're going to be live on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So if I don't catch your comments on Twitter because they don't come in through there as much, it's on YouTube and Twitch as well. So feel free to comment there if you're not getting through on YouTube. Sometimes it gets a little clustered, or I get distracted because I'm talking to the guests and I might not see your comment right away. So just a heads up. What up, Susie? Here, come on, hang out. Right. Why are people calling me right now? Hello. What up, Vicious? Hey, I was gonna let you know if you happen to be around the house tonight. go out and water the grass if you can. Otherwise, I can come by and hit it in the morning. All right. Yeah, I was just letting you know just for tonight's prep, in case you need to know. If you want, I can just plan on hitting it in the morning. It's no big deal. I didn't know if you were going to be around. I just figured I'd touch base with you and check. All right. Sounds good, man. Yep. Talk to you later. Sorry about that. Had a customer call. What's going on, Vicious? Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. All right, Rocko and Carl, where you guys at? Let me see. Maybe I can actually copy this. Oops. Oh, there's Rocko. See, Rocko's on time. Where you at, Carl? God damn. Let's see. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'll bring you up, Carl.
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
I'm just ready for a good old night.
Good old night?
Honky tonk, right?
What was that?
Honky tonk. Hey, yo, do me a favor. Why don't you play that video of Rocko? Hey, Michael Moody, I might just pull you up on panel to make you admit to some of what you've done, okay? And the shit you're causing me, bro. I'm telling you now, I'm not the Rocko I used to be, bro. I'm built more mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You want to know the craziest part about being chosen? Okay, me and my spiritual advisor, right, didn't necessarily come up with a saint that chose me, which he prays on that, and a saint chooses you to protect you in Orthodox faith. So I get a message today, God bless, and underneath is an actual icon picture of St. Nicholas. Now, I've been talking about St. Nicholas. I've been praying to St. Nicholas. I've been asking for St. Nicholas, you know what I mean, to intervene and come into my, you know, I've been dealing with spiritual attacks. I'm just letting you know. Like, definitely, you know, the web.
We'll worry about Michael Moody later.
Yeah, but it needs to be handled, man. It does.
I think that's a whole nother thing that we gotta probably hash out.
Well, he also, no disrespect, or actually respect to Brandy, but he's coming in Brandy's name into my chat.
He's making accounts with Brandy's name?
Yeah, and people have said it.
Yeah, don't be doing
what's going on there, buddy?
Oh, just great, Rocko.
It is, isn't it? It's great.
It is great. We get to settle this like men.
Yeah, like men. Do you like licking screens of grown men?
All right, hold on. Let's start this off. Slow here. So first, Carl, I appreciate you coming on, man. Rocko, I appreciate you coming on. Let's start this off with, because I was actually curious about that too. Where did that all come from, Carl? The kissing the screen and that stuff with Rocko and the wig.
Well, you seen how it triggered him, right?
I saw what it did. I was just wondering where it came from.
I added satire. I added stupidity. I had some fun. But like that was it.
Fair enough.
Fun to me though, man. It was kind of creepy.
Just comes off a little creepy.
Oh, he's the one that was calling me a tranny.
Well,
I gave it to him.
Well, you sure as hell were acting like it quite a bit.
That was before I even went at you.
You owe it, man. You know, the only reason you go after me is for little me's clout. So you can get under little me, you know. That's the only reason you do that, bro. That's the only reason you do that.
Do you honestly believe that?
I honestly do believe that, truthfully.
Have you ever watched the interactions between me and little me?
Yeah, well, whenever you do things towards me, it seems to gain you points with them. You understand?
Well,
So,
I can't help if he likes what I'm doing, bud. Like,
well, why
I'm
do you
sorry, I
like
don't have
doing it?
control.
I mean, what have I done to you?
Oh, are you kidding me, bud?
What have I done to you,
Everybody in the
bud?
world.
What have I done to you, bud?
Okay, you told everybody I came after your children.
You got on a video and started saying Rocco's children need help, bro. What is wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you grown men that think that you need to interject into people's lives? That's the problem we have here. But nobody seems to wake up and smell the coffee. They just want to be followers like Mike Moody. You know, oh, he's my friend today, so I'm going to follow him today. But tomorrow if Rocco gets upset with me, I'm going to jump to the other side. That's called a fence, straddler. That's what they call a fence straddler.
Okay, now listen to me, Rocco. As a human being, it is my responsibility, because you say it is, to save the children. Put yourself in somebody who's not a troll, is actually somebody who cares about people, and they watch your videos with the hammer. They watch your videos talking to children. They watch you fly off the handle. Should I not be concerned? I said it to you as a man. I didn't go anywhere else. I said it to you as a man. I said, I'm concerned that you're around children, because if this is the way you act,
Well,
you got some real problems. And I had someone come into my comments who was a female. I can't remember her name. And she came to me and she said, if I felt Rocco's children were in trouble, I would say something myself. He's a good dad.
yeah, I am a good dad. But, there's a lot of people that don't think that. And, 8 months ago is 8 months ago. We're going on almost 9 months.
Hey, Rocko, can I jump in for a second?
Go ahead, Jake.
What I've always told you is I think you look for validation from other people. I don't think you need it.
No, the fuck I don't. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, bro.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't need nobody's fucking validation.
That's what I mean.
Take a fucking donkey dick and shove it in your fucking mouth. Not you. But them, I don't give a fuck.
What I'm saying is, if you know you're a good dad, it doesn't really matter what other people think,
Ryan Garcia actually got my mind into check. Into, you sometimes you got to fling back. You got to say back, things back to people. That was my problem. I was bowing down and, being scared, laying in the corner. But now I got nutcases showing up at my door. I got nutcases fucking. It's crazy, man. It's out of control.
Why don't you use it against them, Rocco? If you've got people coming to your house, why don't you grab your phone?
I have.
Why? Why wouldn't you do stuff like that instead of you're a known liar, and then you're coming on the internet saying this stuff. Nobody knows what to believe that you say.
Well, maybe that's because I do that on purpose, and my life, you shouldn't be worried about me. You should be worried about you. Look yourself in the mirror instead of looking other people in the mirror. Looking at other people like they're the problem. But where's Carl in this? Where's Carl the problem? Because
I don't know. I'm not on the internet spreading lies, dude. I don't run around and lie. And
I don't.
If I did lie, I certainly wouldn't have Jesus's name in my mouth. Like, that's a no-no, bud. That gets you to bad places.
Excuse me? I have a spiritual advisor.
Nobody can help you find Jesus. That's you, bud. Nobody. No spiritual gurus. No nothing.
It's not a guru,
not anybody.
And don't disrespect Father Turbo like that. Because let me tell you what. You don't know who the man is. I will send pictures to Jacob later.
I actually kind of agree. I actually kind of agree with Carl on this. If you find anything you got to do that yourself. Your spiritual journey is a very internal one, And I mean, don't get me wrong, people can help you.
Whatever.
People, no. People can help you along the way.
Bother me.
I think that Turbo guy can definitely help you on the way.
He's helped me. He has helped me.
I'm agreeing with that. What I'm saying is, all they can do is hand you tools. You know what I'm saying?
And he does it all the time. We have counseling sessions.
Yeah.
I get more out of him. And he says, don't let these demons come at you. You go back at them. He says, God was righteous. You know, God will have the truth, Rocko. Righteously angry. You know, he was mocked. He was all that stuff. But he did eventually at one point flip a table. And you know, let me tell you, the saints, they all wars, heads cut off, all kinds of stuff was going on. We're talking about mystical mind. That's what we're talking about. Being in a mystical mind, being in that mindset.
There's a mystical mind and a delusional mind, Rocko.
Excuse me?
There's a mystical mind and there's a delusional mind.
Okay. All right. So
explain mysticism to me. Explain a mystic journey to me. Because I'll explain one to you, bro.
I've had plenty, but I'm not getting into my experiences.
Give me the best one you got.
No, thank you. I'm not going to give you what you want.
Why? Because I want you to back your mouth up with truth? Like that's...
No, actually, I'm just... this is funny to me.
I know, because you can't think fast enough a story up.
To be fair, my most mystical journeys were never in a church. Mine were internal, and they were actually brought to service with hallucinogens. To be honest, that's where I found my spirituality. I know everybody's is different. I know everybody's is different. I just I kind of agree. It's one of those things that you just you'll eventually know when you've had a spiritual moment. Or
I did. That's when I was possessed. I mean, I was completely possessed that whole time. My priest even said it. He even told me. He said, you were possessed. When I did and read those, I had 1,700-year-old exorcism prayers read over me. And people in the church were like, when I walked into the church, it was like the residue that was coming off of me. People could sense it. And they gave me quick hugs and they welcomed me. And I am now covered in the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe in the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And I will not back down on my word. Just because people don't think that I believe in God, or, I haven't done anything really wrong on the internet. I haven't picked up a hammer. I haven't pointed a gun. I haven't done nothing. I got back on the internet and all I was doing is trying to do fight commentary and give you guys some fucking free fucking pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And that's that. So it is what it is. And I talk about what I want to talk about. You don't have to believe me. I really don't care at the end of the day. I don't care. Because I have to look at any of you when I get off of this laptop. And I can get off of this laptop right now and shut it for another fucking year. If you really want me to get technical. And I can do it. Trust me.
Well, why don't you do it? Why don't you go find yourself? Why don't you find out what you want to be famous for other than being famous?
I never said I want to be famous.
Oh, dude, come on.
Dude, just because I do commentary on somebody, does not mean that I want to be that person. Or because I bring up news. There are people that do come into my chat that want to leave because there's so many fucking idiot trolls in my damn chat. They just won't go away. And I have not said nothing to any of them until they started with me. So this is a start with me thing. 8 months ago was 8 months ago. And then I
They don't know you.
Whatever, man. It's
Okay, listen, Rocco. If you really felt secure about yourself, it don't matter how many trolls come into your comments. It don't matter. You roll with it. You have fun with it because you have the truth. You have Jesus Christ. You have nothing to worry about. But you always get upset. You're all angry. You're like, they twist you right up. That's exactly what they want. And you allow it because you're a liar.
I'm not calling you a liar as much as I do agree that you gotta be able to roll with the punches. And I guarantee it's fucking hard when they're rolling up at your house. I guarantee it's fucking
roll
hard.
with the fucking punches, dude. The motherfuckers are putting my kids in videos, dude. Calling my mom motherfucking names, bro. Fuck that shit, bro.
Everybody
Fuck that shit,
everybody
man.
in
If
my
that was you, Jacob, you'd be fucking flipping the fuck out, bro.
I did. It's happened to me, man. I've
Yeah,
had
well,
I've had
you just
people.
let it slide off your back. I'm not
No,
letting
I
it
lost.
slide.
I
Every
lost. I lost.
motherfucking body
Man.
I will
I'll
drag
explain.
into a fucking courtroom and fuck you, Jarek. You piece of
Listen,
shit.
I'll explain.
Walking behind my back, motherfucker.
I've had people steal pictures of my daughter on Facebook.
Yeah,
I've had
well,
them take
it is
pictures
what it
of,
is. I don't give a
but-
fuck.
But
I don't
no,
give
I'm
a
just
fuck.
saying it drove me nuts, man. And I lost my shit. I was fucking calling the local police. I lost my shit. But then
Yeah, I'm
I
about to lose mine too. And
but let me tell you what I
when I do, it's gonna be mayhem. I can tell you that right now. It's gonna be fucking mayhem.
But let me tell you what I did. I tried to make it so nobody could see pictures of my daughter on Facebook.
Oh,
I stopped sharing my stuff. It was me that basically gave people access to that information because I put it up on my Facebook. It's a public platform. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but it still doesn't give the right for people to use it.
For 2 years, the 2 years that I've known you, man, I've always told you. I said, don't ever bring kids on. I was like, I don't ever want kids on.
Okay, but mine were brought up a lot.
Oh, I know, and I've always been.
Okay, you're using fake account names with my whole daughter's name in it. Okay, now my dead father's name they're using. They got his whole name. They got my grandmother's name. You know, it's fucking sick, man. It's gross, and people like that belong in a fucking jail cell. Is where they belong.
I agree. People shouldn't be messing with kids. I think everybody on this panel agrees. I bet you everybody in the chat agrees. Nobody should be bringing the kids in.
Yeah, but then they'll go into my chat and call me all kinds of names and all this shit about the past. The past is the past. It's gone, guys. Get over yourself.
You're not over it. Look at you. You're carrying on about it.
Well, because I'm dealing with it. That's why.
Because you're still in it.
No, I never. I came
are.
back on YouTube a different person, and y'all don't like it because I'm gonna fucking stand up for myself. I don't give a fuck no more.
Well, I want you to stand up for yourself when you should stand up for yourself. But when you're like, you look, little me makes you look like a fool, and you do it to yourself. The whole Butch thing, like you hit that man.
No, I did not. No, I did not. He got on camera and spoke about it. And he said he'll go in a courtroom and talk about that.
You expect anybody to believe that after the videos of...
It don't matter, man. It don't matter. All the doxing, all the shit that's been done to me, all these videos, bro. Ghost of Shadows. You're caught, dude. Good job, buddy. Good job with the Rocko verse there, Ghost of Shadows. I love how you forgot to change your icon.
See, you need to deal with people like that because that guy's easy to deal with. He runs and hides from me, man. He's a joke. He's a joke.
That's why I actually thought you guys would have a decent conversation about that, because I think Carl's dealt with the trolling a little bit too.
Yeah, but they don't come. I don't get no love anymore. I want it. I'm like,
are you jealous?
Let me prove to you I am what I say I am. You can't.
Carl, are you jealous that Rocco's getting all the attention?
What's that?
Are you jealous that Rocco's getting all the attention?
No, I'm not.
All right, I'm just checking.
I don't want Rocco.
No, little me, I did not dox myself, and I
want people to do the same thing to me that they're doing to Rocco. I want them to prove me fucking wrong, prove me a liar, prove to me I'm a piece of shit. Like, it's that easy.
Oh man.
That's what a man of God is about, Rocco.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. What up, the big boss man? Yo, your Wonder Boy's right here, man. Yo, I will make you money, man, for sure. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Carl, I did want to ask.
Let's get some hearts on fire going, bro.
I did want to ask that, Carl, because we never got to the bottom of that. When did this chosen one thing start? When did you become a chosen one, or when did you find that out? I don't think we ever got to that when we were talking last time. And I was curious.
It's a long, like, everything's recorded, man. Like, I might get things out of timeline if I talk about them, but
Well,
it's
me
all
and you have a timeline. With me and you did basically a 2-hour interview, and we got all the way up to
we
that
didn't even
point.
get to the part where
Yeah,
Yeah, it gets deep.
yeah, it does get deep, bud.
Yeah, I was underground in Montauk. Yeah, I was raped, at Shadmore Park. I had rituals done on me.
we're not talking about that. I want to ask. I don't want to dilute. I want to try to stay on topic. So if you can, because Rocco, you were asking me about the chosen one stuff too, and I'm kind of curious. I wanted Carl to open up and say what was going on with this chosen one stuff, and when did it start, and what happened.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So I had my work stuff, right? I actually made an attempt to kill myself. I went and got help. And from there, I found out kind of slowly that my life was a lie. My workplace friends all turned their back on me because work told them to. I got letters from work saying I wasn't allowed to talk to them and they wouldn't do an investigation. So I could prove that they're like, just everybody left my life, right? They turned their back on me. They would have rather have seen me kill myself than fucking tell the truth. Right? So my life started falling apart. And I was outside one night on my deck, and a shooting star, and I know this sounds gay as shit, but a shooting star went by, and I was like, I've never actually seen one before. And I asked God to just send me the truth. And that's when she all went fucked up. I've done mushrooms and shit like that. The shit that I've seen and felt on mushrooms. But it's a long story, and I don't think that's like, I got no problems talking about it. But I thought we were talking with Rocco, but we can talk about whatever you guys want.
The purpose of this was actually getting you guys to sit down and talk. I mean,
well, I mean, I don't consider myself chosen. Did I go through things as a child? Yeah, absolutely. I have family that are Air Force. Flag is behind me. That was my grandfather's. I also have family that work for Homeland Security. Also the Brookhaven National Laboratory on the eastern end of Long Island. And I grew up not too far from Montauk, and my mom remembers going to meetings at the school at night, but she would not tell me everything. And later in life, she told me about my first ET contact at 3 years old. I was laying in between her and my father, and they came through the window, and it was some crazy, like, she was a little shocked for a while. Like, she didn't open her mouth to anybody because when you talk about that alien stuff, people think you're crazy, and the reality of it is whether or not I think, I say SW for a reason, because if I don't, I'll end up getting attacked by a spirit or he'll send something at me. But I know a lot about Max Spears. And I mean, he knew a lot of stuff where he was about to just dump it all. And he was, they, I don't think they even really, it was black goo is what happened. And I had a girl living with me for a long time, and I ended up getting a spell cast on me. And I woke up and felt like I had something in my throat. And I was choking. And I got up, and somebody told me, Christopher Jacobs, very well known psychic guy, knows his stuff, said, shove your head literally underneath water and break it down. So it'll go into your stomach and your stomach will eat it up, right? Max didn't have that. He was locked in a basement when this all went down. He was in a basement. So,
Yeah, I
there's
remember
more to
some
it.
stuff
There's
about
more
Max.
to it.
There was a lot of stuff going on with Max, and when he was releasing all his information, and didn't you speak with his mother at some point?
I actually spoke with his mother, and his mother told me, Rocco, they have money. Be careful. Max basically, she said, she looked at me like her a son in a way. You know what I mean? Like it was more like, I don't know. It was weird because a lot of people at one point were saying that me and Max in some of my pictures, which is not, it definitely, I have pictures where when I was younger or, few years back that I was actually looking like him. And it is weird, like sometimes like coming back on and, not having the long hair and then looking at these videos of myself and I see different attachments. I'm just spiritually in tune like that where I can see, oh crap, that was not good. You know what I mean? That was not, I wasn't myself. Something had entered my body, which was the altars. And that's why I tell these people, you don't want to deal with altars. You do not want to deal with altars because altars can travel right into your home and attack you right into your home. And it doesn't have to be visible. It can be invisible. If you're a super soldier, you were trained, to listen, to take orders when given orders. You were broken down, basically to a point of death is how they would do this stuff. Regardless. And then as time went on, technology was able to do it right through. You just look at a camera and sometimes it's like I'll be looking at my camera and I got to get myself away from it because, and things can enter your mind. Like that's why I don't play video games because I don't trust the fact that I might actually end up in that video game and I might actually end up a character in that video game. And then there goes my consciousness being stolen, which, satellites, I mean, all this stuff that we deal with.
What if you're already in a video game?
Oh, I believe that all the time. I believe we're in a matrix.
Well, how do you think we escape the matrix?
Well, the more closer we get to God and the more we stop,
How do we get close to God? How do we get close?
Oh, first of all, we start,
only one way. There's only one way to God.
Finding him. And
how do you find him? How do you find him?
I found him through my church is where I found him.
And you can't find him through your church, bud.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
I would bet.
Before you guys go back and forth about this, Carl, where do you think you find God?
In the truth.
How do you find him?
In the truth.
How do you know you're getting the truth, and how do you know you're not being deceived by something that's not God and pretending to be God? It's very
God
easy
is
to get
love.
deceived by
God is love, and the truth can always change, but you need to balance yourself. You need to figure out what the truth is. You can't lie to yourself. You got to figure out if the truth hurts you, face it. If the truth is on your side, then use it to your advantage. You got to live in the truth to have God. There's no love without truth. Because people say they love you all the time and they don't. It's not true love. It has to be through the truth. Jesus tells you the truth is the way.
I don't drink anymore, so you can stop making that rumor up. Just to clarify that on air. I smoke weed, so what? Probably half of you do, and probably half of you drink 12 packs every night or a bottle of vodka, I'm sure.
I drink. I smoke weed.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? Everybody has vices. That's it. Everybody has vices.
I didn't have any ET experiences, Jacob, so I can't.
I've never personally had any ET experiences.
I know
I've
they're
talked
out
to
there.
people that have definitely been changed by their experiences, and I often wonder if any experience where you're looking at something greater than yourself can be mistaken either for alien or maybe something spiritual or maybe something demonic.
Yes,
all
yes,
of those things.
yes,
I think
yes.
all of those things are possible when you're having an experience.
Yes.
I've heard some really dark experiences.
Yes, yes.
Dimethyltryptamine, mushrooms, acid, where people go to some dark places.
Yeah,
And,
yep.
I mean, it's just what you allow in. I think
There was a guy that
you're
did
at a vulnerable.
that Montauk. He lost his mind, supposedly. I heard.
I just think you're at a vulnerable state when your mind is altered.
Yeah,
in any way, shape, or form.
yeah.
And whether it's vulnerability because your walls are down because you've been broken down and beaten, or whether it's because your walls are down because you opened them up to perception by allowing hallucinogens or something like that into your body. It's you know what I mean? It's picking and choosing what route you take. That's the key. Like you said, figuring out the truth.
Okay.
It's hard.
Keep telling yourself that. Believe your own lies. I have not drank. I don't drink. Matter of fact, I will not be on a live probably till about Sunday night. Because I'm a deadbeat dad, right? Yeah. Okay. That's why I co-parent very well now. That's why my mom got on there, and you guys can say whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They don't need to know what you're up to this weekend.
No,
Why are you trying to convince everybody you're a good dad?
It's not any of their business, man. You know what I mean? If you don't, they don't need to be filled in on what you're doing with your kid.
Nope. That's why I shut my laptop at that point, and just.
So, because you told me you had some questions for Carl as well, Rocko. What did you have for Carl?
Well, okay. You say you're a chosen one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you chosen? And Up Church is involved, right? Is he or is he not?
Well, I don't know if he is or not. I think he is, but I don't know if he is. He knows if he is.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think he's definitely had experiences, that's for sure. But then again, it's like what Jacob said about altering the mind. I've had experiences, and I don't take anything like that. Acid, I don't take anything like that. I never have, that I know of, other than maybe when I was forced to take something, and maybe I didn't know what it was, because there was a time where I was in school, and the next thing you know, the kid said it was like I totally disappeared the next day. And I don't remember it at all. I just remembered waking up in class. So I don't know. I had serious migraines growing up as a child. That's one symptom that a lot of MK Ultra or mind control victims go through: headaches, earrings, bloody noses at times. Different things. I mean, but I don't think I'm chosen.
I think there's a lot of people that, and it's different people all the time that have a higher level of perception. I think women have higher intuition than men do.
Yeah,
I think, and then people use either meditation, church, which I think is a form of meditation, or hallucinogens to pull that back that veil and
to see what they're
see what
really. Yeah.
I think people go about that route all different ways, and some people have higher intuition than others. Like a lot of people have higher intuition than me. I can't pick up on subtle keys in dating, much less um, anything else going on in the dimensions around me. But I would say we all need to try to find a way to dial into that. It's just how long you spend over there, and then being able to
Actually,
navigate
MK
back and
Ultra
forth.
is still going on. They got you stumped. It's still going on.
Yeah, it's got the world, Rocco.
Yep, it does. Unfortunately, I hope little me is a chosen one, isn't he, Rocco? Oh man, I don't know who's. Hey, look, I don't want to say that, and then now I do believe that people can be replaced. And I have had times, and Jacob will tell you, like, he would not talk to me, like, because it was a total, like, literal different me. Like, he'll tell you straight off the bat, like,
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
uh, I
was
reach a point where
Because you won't let the truth in.
if I can tell somebody's acting different and they're throwing me under the bus constantly, and it took me a long time to figure this out with you, Rocco. I uh, I just separate from them. I say they'll reach out to me when they want to talk. I'm not. It doesn't do me any good to pry at the situation.
but you have noticed the things that I would say and not be normal.
Yeah.
It's
For
so all
for the last week, everybody was like, "Oh, Jacob Rocco's mad at you. Jacob Rocco hates you." Blah blah blah. I said, "All right." I said, "I don't think that's Rocco. That's why I haven't talked to him."
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Definitely wasn't.
Well, it was
And
Rocco.
there's probably 30 people in my chat. Well, not 30 people. I'm being facetious. There's probably like 10 people in my chat that have actually said that to me. Jacob, I think you're wrong. I think that's the same Rocco. I'm like, I can tell the difference when his attitude's off. There's something going on. Like I said, I can't ever put my finger on what it is, but I can tell when you're not acting like you're acting normally when I talk to you.
Why do you accept that, Jacob? Why do you
What's that?
accept bad Rocco?
I don't. I don't.
He doesn't.
I don't
But why
accept
do
that
you
out of lot.
accept
That's
him
why I
when he
said I
wants
don't
to?
talk to him until he reaches back out to me. I don't.
Yep.
I don't
See, 'cause I
accept it at
think that's
all,
the
and he wonders.
problem with
Like I
Rocco.
don't. I didn't
And
know if
it's
he
happened.
knew.
It's happened. It's happened. I'd say what about a good four times, and then it was like a long period of time we didn't talk. Remember that? It was like
Well,
I think
sometimes Rocco, I
quite
think
a few months. We
sometimes
didn't
I feel
talk.
like you take advantage of that because I don't get mad at people like that. I don't. I wouldn't get mad at you. Like I've said, I've never asked you to apologize to me about anything. You do, but I've never asked you to. I'm never looking for apologies from people. Sometimes I think people take advantage of that, but at the same time, like I just can't keep doing that with people like that anymore.
Yeah, but
I
you
can't let
shouldn't
people
allow
change
people
my fucking
back into your
attitude all
life
the time.
that
What's that, Carl?
you shouldn't allow people back into your life that will actually think because here's the thing, Rocco knows he can treat you like that, and then he can come back when he feels good and ready. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to say, "Hey, that's the way you want to treat me. I'm sorry. You're just not the friend for me."
Oh, but that's, I mean, you don't. I would say I don't. People can think we are whatever they want to think we are. I know personally what my relationship is with everybody. If anybody asks me, do I know anybody online? I don't know anybody online. I think everybody's fake. I've always said that. Like I've said that to Rocco. I've said that to everybody. I think everybody's fake.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's fake until they prove me that they're not fake.
They are all fake. What were your questions for me, Rocco?
Well, so okay, so where do you think that you were involved in something like Bohemian Grove?
No.
No.
I don't. I'm just well aware of it. I'm well
Okay.
aware of the situation. See, for me, it was more of a learning who humans are.
I see.
God took me through a journey and broke me and broke me and broke me and broke me, all based on lies. Everything that has happened to me has been caused by someone else's lies. That's just what I think. That's why I come out and say, hey, anybody want to prove me wrong? I'll give you the numbers to these people because they block me. They don't, they'll sit there and call me crazy, but they won't explain to me where I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I think that a lot of people don't understand it to, fully understand what it's like being on a spiritual journey. And when I started working with Sean Bond, that's when shit really started getting bad, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like it was like I was allowing him in. You know what I'm saying? Like whether or not it was like he'd take me on trips. Like I remember doing meditations. He gave me a meditation called wholeness. And honestly, the meditation wholeness really opened me up. Like it was like I watched some of these videos where they open the third eye and I had to turn it off because it's just like it really does mess with you. It really does get you. Some of them say warning right on the video.
What, your third eye opening?
Hmm.
Did you say your third eye opening?
Yeah, third eye opening. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you start to see everything for what it is, bud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me pose a question for both of you guys. I'm gonna put both of you on the spot. What are both of you guys doing right now to save the children?
Well, me, I talk about it. I expose the CPS system as much as possible. I also am looking for people to really what my channel is basically about is saving our children. But with all the stuff that comes into my chats, these people don't want to get in there. And then it's like, you know what? Okay, so I'm going to turn it around like this, and I'm going to start doing different things. But save our children, we need more people. We need more people because there's a lot of people that say they want to save our children, but are they willing to sacrifice? You know what I mean? Like, because some of the stuff that if you were to even disclose on air, it it could easily get a knock on the door, and you might go missing. Somebody might go missing. Anything can happen.
So before we get down too far, I want to get back to Carl. So you're saying you talk about it? That's what you're doing right now? Trying to bring awareness to it?
Who be?
Basically.
No, Rocco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock, yeah.
Bring awareness to it, but also someone said that there's a march here in Kansas City, I believe. Save our children. I'm definitely
I'm gonna get to your question. I'll get to your question because it's one that Rocco brought up. You'll read it, Rocco. You'll understand why he's asking. It's not bad. But Carl, go ahead and give your answer. What are you doing to save the children right now?
What am I doing right now? Well, I do these stupid videos to bring awareness, not only to bring awareness. I ask people to look for themselves and then let me know where I might possibly be wrong. Because if you can't prove that I'm wrong, You're a fucking coward human being. Second off, the reason I was trying to get Upchurch, because legitimately think he's a chosen one, wanted to use his platform because, well, my third eye's open and I see humans for what they really are. And I don't want to live in this fucking cowardly world for fucking ever. I'd rather fucking join the MAID program. So I'd like to find a way to get a hold of my prime minister and have him bring back the MAID program so the crazy people can get the fuck out of here, because he's a fucking loser and no one wants to stand up to him. Also, on top of that, I thought if I could get some sort of platform, maybe I could tell all these fucking alternative news stations that, hey, maybe we all need to get together and tell the actual fucking CNN and all of that they're going to pay for their fucking crimes against humanity. If they're doing crimes against humanity, they better start fucking telling the truth. And if they don't tell the truth, then fucking they need to go in jail. But we need to have all these other news stations like Russell Brand and Kim Iverson. And, well, if you don't know, Ben Shapiro's a fucking shill, but hey, Stephen, we need to find out who's on our side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to
No,
stand up.
I
We
agree
need
with
to
you.
start doing
And I
shit like.
understand. So let me explain this to people in the chat, because somebody raised a statement in the chat. I think it was Sunflower Dragon. He was bringing this is actually a compliment to Upchurch. He was just noting the fact that Upchurch has got a significant platform, and he was hoping that he could get Upchurch to speak about these things as well. It's not throwing any negativity to it. I'm a Ryan Upchurch fan. I know Rocco's probably not. I don't know what Carl is.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying in general. I also don't allow people to just sit on here.
I think he's chosen. I don't know if he is or not. He doesn't have the same ideas that I do, all of them. But you know what I mean? Sometimes human beings that think outside of the box can come together and have a conversation, and that's how you figure out what the actual truth is. Maybe it's through conversations and humans coming together and connecting, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it is about getting people to talk to each other. I think that was, and Rocco might be able to relate to this. That was Ryan Garcia's biggest issue with Logan Paul. Is he talked shit about the Save the Children movement, and he jumped onto the Black Lives Matter movement, and then got a bunch of promotion for that, but he wouldn't use his platform but to degrade the Save the Children movement. He thought it was all bullshit. I don't think it's all bullshit. Jarek, hashtag no facts.
Well, what was Ryan? Well, Ryan Garcia is still going. Him and a few people are supposedly going to Congress.
No, I get it.
And there are videos.
My thing is, I think he was mad. He was doing something similar. He was mad because he wasn't using his platform for something like that. That's why Ryan was getting upset.
Yeah, but I think that Prime is not. I drank it and I had problems, so I can admit to that. I really felt like I was like, it did not help me at all, man. That heart race, like I think Brian was saying that that there's what is it? The sugar, how you can't see it, but it's in there. It's like, and all the other chemicals and stuff is in it. I mean, it's.
I mean, it's not hydrating. I haven't, and they do have an ongoing lawsuit, which I didn't even look into until I saw what Ryan was talking about. There is an ongoing lawsuit, but I feel like that comes with anything, especially when there's millions and millions of people consuming it. There's always going to be adverse side effects, but I don't think it hydrates you. Like, it doesn't do what it says it's doing.
Oh, he was making fun of Devin Haney.
So I wanted to ask you,
Prime.
I wanted to ask you about this question.
What's that?
It says, it's from Little Me. It said, Jacob, real question. Rocco, I didn't catch your live at tonight. He said, Rocco said, ask Jacob Waters last night when his clone came out. Can you elaborate on that, Rocco?
Well, I didn't remember some of the stuff, like it was like, I don't know, just, I did not feel myself. Earlier in the day, I literally tripped over something and ended up falling asleep. It felt like a 20-minute nap. It was 20 minutes, right? Mind you, but it felt like time was missing. You know what I mean? Like it was weird. So I woke up
You,
a little, like my head was like not feeling correct. So I said, I'm not even going to get on the internet yet, And sure enough, that altar came out, or clone, or I can't pinpoint if it was a clone or an altar, because it could have been, and I just don't remember. Like I said, you get missing time when that stuff happens, and they don't want you.
I
They
didn't know
don't want you to
personally.
remember anything that happens.
I didn't know personally if you ended up knowing who took control or whatever happened. I didn't know if you ever figured out who it actually was.
It was kind of like it seemed like more like he was very angry, from what, I can, going back and watching. But also I think there was like a soldier. So it kind of like, I don't know if it was a version of a cyborg, you know what I mean, or what, but it definitely, I was triggered somehow, and yeah, I was replaced. They can do that. They have the technology to do it.
Why
Carl,
would
you
they
wanna get in
do
there?
it, to you, Rocco?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Why would they pick you?
Well, I don't know why they'd pick me. I don't know. Like, alls I know is when I woke up in 2014, I went to Montauk, and when I went to Montauk, I had full out flashbacks where my friend had to jerk me up and bring me out of that place because I was having panic attacks, and it got really crazy. I got close to battery 113, and also 216 triggered me. Um, and I when I got on the property, it was like my friends. He's like, "Why are you going this way?" And I was just trailing through, and I came right up to the bunker. And when I walked right up to the bunker door, I stopped for a minute, and I put my hand on it. And for some weird reason, I got this glance in my head that, something happened to me in there. And when I was a kid, because the place was wide open in the 90s.
Why don't you bring that kid on video, the person that grabbed you, to collaborate your story?
Well, you're never gonna get that kind of stuff.
Why? Why?
What?
Why?
Well,
If it happened and they know it happened, why wouldn't they be happy to say it happened?
Because handlers don't do that.
I thought this was a friend.
Oh, well, my friend was also having memories too. But he was a little bit more, at the time, more mindful. Like, he knew about it, like he
Do you have
knew
any
about the
videos
place.
of him talking about it?
He doesn't want to talk about it. Anytime I bring it up, he does not want to speak on it. I've had friends that have killed themselves, because nobody has believed them.
Well, why don't you show people the death records so these people have died?
Oh no, there's
Show
you
that
can
proof.
look them up. You can look them up. I mean, Ja was one of them.
Well, we can't do it. If you say them, little me will look up if you give him the names.
Yeah,
Well, you know he will.
I know.
All right, another question came in. Rocco, are you speaking of alters as personalities or altered beings entirely? Because I got the feeling it's more of a personality thing.
Well, I mean, look at the movie Split.
You think it's more? Oh, so you think it's more because the way that Penny Bradley explained to me what alters were, she told me they're a piece of you, but they're not necessarily attached to you. Like they could go off
They're
and do
in
things
there, a
you don't
piece
know
of
anything
you.
about.
They're inside. Yeah, it's a piece of you that was created. You know, but I do believe that sometimes people wake up later on in life and they flip out, you know, some people, and they have these memories and they want to talk to somebody, but you can't just, it's hard to go talk to people about this stuff because they think you're fucking nuts, dude. It's,
Oh, dude, trust me, I understand how hard it is to understand and explain alters to people. It took me probably a year and a half of talking to other people about alters before I finally got a grasp of it. Another question came in and said, Jacob, please ask Rocco if he's guilty of doing something wrong since he came back to the internet. Has he told the truth about things that have happened?
I'm not guilty of doing anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. What are you making up in your own brain of yours that probably has fucking missing brain cells? So you want to ask a stupid fucking question?
That was a fair question.
No, it was a stupid question. It was a
reason
troll question, bro.
the reason I
If
thought
you
it was
got a
was-
troll question, I'm just not going to answer it.
That's fine.
That's all
You don't
I'm
have to
gonna
answer
say.
anything, man. Like I said, I'm not forcing you to do anything. I just know that you're trying to separate yourself from the 8 months ago stuff, and
Yeah,
that's why I thought that question was fitting. That's why I thought that question.
nothing has happened. Nothing has happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but you're not over it. If you're over it, you won't get upset about it.
No, what I'm getting upset with is people they were supposed to keep their word. Nobody owns YouTube. That's what people got to get through to their fucking heads. They don't own YouTube.
No, but if something's in your past and they're bugging you about it and
And they're putting up videos
because it still bothers you.
Jacob, you said you had info on Rocco's clone. Can you elaborate that? I can tell when Rocco's acting different. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. I can tell when Rocco's acting different, and I actually try to pick out which alters because I've talked to a few of Rocco's alters, I think, and some of them are. This is just my perspective.
You spoke to Danny.
Yeah, Danny's
a hateful dude.
There's like 3 people that are protective. This is so hard to explain to other people. they act completely different than when I'm having a conversation with Rocco. It's almost like he's changing characters, and that's basically the best way I could explain it. But some of them are nice, some of them are protective, some of them just talk shit to me. Like it's hard for me to explain to anybody from an outsider perspective, but I can actually tell you, I could see drastic changes in his personality when I think there's somebody else at the helm. I don't know if I would call it a clone or if I'd call it an alter, but I can just tell when there's somebody else driving.
Well, I did talk about being demonically possessed, and also not to mention when I was a child, how I was in a couple of Nickelodeon episodes, and my family at one point wanted me in acting, and my mom didn't want that. And at 17 years old, I walked into a casting studio and some shit took place. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm going to say on that. Shit took place, and it made me realize that.
Don't be a victim, Rocco. Tell the story.
No, I'm not
That's
being
why
a
the
victim.
children are
I'm
being
not
hurt
being a
because you
victim
won't
by
tell your
not
fucking
wanting to
story.
discuss
Tell
it.
your fucking story. I'll tell you my story, motherfucker. Tell your story. Tell your story about how you got hurt. Tell it. Don't be a victim. Tell the story.
How am I being a victim? How am I being a victim?
Well, because you were victimized and you don't want to talk about it.
Well, every time I talk about it, little me says, "Oh, I'm being a victim. I'm playing a victim. I'm stealing the person's
You're being
story."
strength, and if he wants to come at you for something that happened to you, that makes him a piece of shit, and you should know that in your mind.
Well, I mean, I was touched, and that's
How? Who?
I don't talk about that stuff. I can't. You got to be careful what you say.
Why?
Because I've dealt with this and I've said things before, and then I've ended up getting attacked spiritually, through handlers. I had one handler call me, got my number. I don't know how the woman got my number. Like, I just don't know. Like, weird stuff takes place. That's all I can say. There's nothing else I can't do anything about it either.
If you got Jesus Christ, you could.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have that protection, but what I mean is,
this is where we got to stop it, Rocko. This is the problem in the world. Nobody realizes all this shit's going on. But then there's a lot of people telling stories about it that aren't true. So when those come out, the real people look like crazy people. So we need to tell our stories, real stories. And the people who don't have stories need to shut the fuck up and keep their lies to themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. But I can say that, living on Long Island, New York, there's a lot of witchcraft. There's a lot of craziness went on out there. A lot of stuff happened out there.
But I think what Carl's saying is you got to speak up on it and call these people out rather than just talk about it.
You just got to be careful, though, doing it on somebody else. That's something you got to go into. Like, the news outlets really need to hear it. Like,
the news outlets, if you think getting it across on a YouTube channel is hard, they will call you crazy if you go on a news outlet and try to say some shit.
That's what they did to the older gentleman. That remember we spoke about him, or I showed you a video, and that video was weird too. Because like he totally turned into like a, would you go down there? Would you go? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, whoa, like, and he claimed his blood pressure dropped, my blood pressure. Dude, it was a weird experience, man. It really was a weird experience. Energetically wise, that place is lit up. Montauk. It is without a doubt. A lot of people have been there and they have had weird experiences. And then some people have been there and they said, oh, I didn't have no experience. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't really recommend getting high and going back there. I really don't, because I do know this much is I speak to a person that does live in Montauk, and he's an older gentleman. And he has been on several, networks telling this story. And, I was quite surprised he met with me. But when he met with me, he said he remembered my energy. And I was like, my energy? What do you mean my energy? And he was like, well, who knows, a past life or... But then when we get to Montauk, it's like he started acting completely different. Like, I mean, completely different. Like, it was a shocking experience, number one, because I felt like I was just meeting with a friend that I had known from school.
Well, Well, you get him on your show and talk about it. The guy you were just
He won't go public anymore. And you know what? Credit to him. He went public enough to where if it ever does go like public, meaning like they find out that it really truly was going on underneath Montauk, which I mean, there are so many people that have spoken about still to this day, you know, and these are not my words, these are other people's words, but I went out to Montauk at 1 a.m. in the morning and I did see SUVs flying towards the base.
Did you get
All
video?
black on black SUVs.
Did you take video when you were going?
What? Do they know when I'm going?
Well, if you went there, did you take video?
Oh, I've had plenty. I think I sent Jacob video.
Yeah, I've watched video of Rocko on the base before.
All right.
Yeah, no, he showed me footage of him like jumping down in these tunnels and different sealed off cement entrances. Yeah, I have seen the videos.
There's a guy out
I
there.
definitely know Rocko's been on that base and knows his way around.
I've been up there, I'd say about a good couple hundred times. And a lot of times it'd be like me and friends would just be hanging out and be bored. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just go to Montauk. You know what I mean? There's never a dull moment in Montauk. There isn't. And, you know, reptilians exist, my friends. They exist. They're real. There's also a lot of humans. Even my priest said this, that are basically meat suits that just have a soul, but their soul is so dark that they don't even know what they are. You know, there's nothing good there. It's
okay.
scary
Can I
thing
ask
to
you a
think about.
question, Rocko? Because this is kind of concerning, and I just want the truth. So you say that you have Christ. How could these altars enter you then?
This was before I actually had Christ. And you're still going to battle demons no matter what, you know. I look at them now as being demons because when I was allowing them in, they were coaxing their way in a nice, friendly fashion. And they will use a pretty female at the store. They will use I'm telling you, they will use different tactics, especially if you're tied to any type of programming in general.
Oh, the devil will use
It doesn't matter. And not to mention family. I don't know what my family was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not blaming my family for why I got taken to Montauk. But my mom even remembers signing application or permission slips. And she said the one permission slip was you could go up there anytime, you know, and you didn't have to have permission after that one permission slip. And I've had friends that literally have contacted me, talked about this stuff, and then I can't find them now. Like they just totally went gone. Like they're gone.
When when me and you first met, God, what was it, 3-4 years ago?
I don't even remember. That's what I mean. It's like I don't remember. It's like time is just boom, boom, boom.
You used to tell me that you used to call your mom your handler. You didn't even.
I did, and I had that. What had happened there is I had a spell cast on me. Okay, I started speaking about atoms. That's all I'm going to say. And she had already had a private session with me in New York and binded me for like almost 6 months. It was her whole objective. You understand? Because she was the type of person that never wanted Max to have any kind of friendship. You know, it didn't matter if it was a girl or a guy. You understand? So she used witchcraft. and it happened to me. And what I mean by being binded, no lie, is it's a sick thing, but it's you couldn't perform well with another,
Because I mean, the way that you had described it to me in the beginning was that she was the one that got you signed up for this school, and she was the one that, and you remember the little bus that Preston was driving, and like
I do remember that. I do remember
yeah,
the
we got
bus.
into this.
Bus,
We got
I'll
into this
never.
really deep at
The
some point.
bus,
Like,
I'll never.
these interviews don't even exist anymore because when we split up the first time and we stopped talking, you had me take them all down, and the first time
I
I
did
did.
that on purpose because I did not want any of that information getting out to certain people. I was afraid, seriously.
That was a long time ago. That was before.
But I mean, it was just at the peak end. It was at the peak of it all.
Thanks,
And it destroyed a lot of opportunities for me because that's what they wanted to do. You understand? They did not want me exposing a lot of things. They did not want me exposing it. And, when you start exposing the Illuminati and you start exposing, P. Diddy, fucking diddler, P. Diddy, I can't wait to see the tape. Not. I hope they put him under the jail.
I think if he's proven, on all these things.
Ryan said there's a tape of Devin Haney, dude, and P. Diddy.
I know he said it, but that's half the thing.
Yo, remember
Ryan even admitted he was
Remember
trolling.
he was tapping his shoe. Remember
Ryan even admitted he was trolling with a lot of that stuff. That's why I asked you.
I know, yes, and then I went back and I saw that he admitted, and I was proud of him for admitting that. You know what I mean?
But no, but my question was he trolling with that? Is there really a tape?
Well, he did say
Diddy, or is he just talking shit? Because if he was just talking shit, that's bullshit to make an accusation about.
No. He said he had a vision. Now, see here, talk about prophetic, right? Talk about that, right? Now, I had a vision, no lie. I'm not kidding. I have no reason to lie, nothing. I couldn't quite see the color of the shorts, but it was weird. There was a blue because it was, remember he said it was about the children he fight? Well, he donated $20 million. He walked away with a $50 million purse, bro, and donated to Gaza or whatever for the children. $20 million he donated.
Yeah, he donated on both sides.
Yeah, and you know what? I respect him for that, man. I do.
I do respect him. He didn't.
Jake Paul would have done that.
He also didn't let his religious beliefs get in the way of supporting all of the children in Gaza.
Well, that's what came out about that whole situation. Ready? Okay, so funny thing is why did Ryan's, okay, listen to this. Why did his dad come out and talk about when they were kids and they were in the amateurs and, because they were close, you understand? Like they were friends at one point. You realize that, right, Jacob?
Yeah, I knew they were friends. They had 6 fights prior to this last one that nobody talked about.
Now Tank, supposedly Ryan's calling a clown. Yo, he's going at Tank now, and he even said in the podcast that was all just to get him. You understand?
I'm not worried about his relationship with Tank and all that.
No, I just can't wait for that fight. And Pitbull called them out. You think he's gonna knock him out with a left or a right?
I don't know. To be honest. I don't. Like I said, I was following the Ryan stuff because you told me. I'm not a big boxing fan, to be honest.
I actually have a psychiatrist, but thank you for the compliment.
So let me ask you, Carl. Did you have any more questions for Rocko?
Are you gonna admit, Rocko, that I didn't say anything about your kids?
You did, Carl.
No, I did. I never said a
did,
word
bud.
about your kids.
You
I said
did,
you were a shitty
bud.
father.
You did,
Never said
bud.
Let Carl finish. I want to hear Carl, what is he referring to? What are you
I
talking
never
about?
ever said a word about his
I'm not
kids.
telling no one's story. I'm telling my story, motherfucker.
Well, what if your story's a lie?
Eat a dick.
Then you're living a lie and you're not in Jesus.
Okay. Well,
Tell me.
okay.
What did I say
No,
about
Rocco,
your
I'm
children?
genuinely curious about this.
I really
I
don't
want to
give a
know.
shit. He wants to talk shit. I'm gonna
What
talk
did I
shit.
say?
No. Stop worrying, guys. Stop worrying about the chat. Stop worrying about everything else. What video did he say this in, Rocco? I'm curious. I want to, because I can probably pull it up.
I don't remember the video because I
Well,
walked
what did I
away
say?
from
Just
that.
tell me what I said.
You said Rocco's kids need help in that video. And all these people do the same shit. They do the same
That
exact
was a
thing.
long time ago, Rocco. And what were you doing? Running around with the hammer, going after young
Yeah, and
children. As a concerned person, I said it to you. I said I was concerned because, well, I should be, because look at the videos. They're all out there. Like,
yeah, 8 months
if you
old
saw
though.
little me doing that,
Think about what
all
Carl, stop. Think about what Carl just said. He goes, I put that video out 8 months ago when he thought you were going through some shit, which you also have admitted you were going through some shit, you know? It wasn't.
Of course I was. I had some fucking crazy fucking nut job fucking handler bitch in my house. You understand? Like, who used me. Like, that's what a handler does. They use you, they abuse you, and then they throw you the fuck out and say, fuck you.
No, Rocco. You learn
Yeah, they do.
You don't seem to learn from experiences.
Actually, I do, because I ain't have another woman or anybody at that. And no, I ain't gay, so that don't mean I'm gay.
No one accused you of being gay, Rocco.
So I'm just putting that out there because that'll be the.
Well, why would you put it out there for everybody to say if you don't want them to say it?
I'm not, though. I'm just saying it. That's
Oh,
it.
you did.
Hashtag no Diddy. All right, we got it. Moving on.
So, and he called me a follower the other day, Rocco. Who do I follow?
Little me, man. Little me. I think you do. You give him a lot of attention, too, man.
I'll tell you what, Rocco. Out of everybody on the internet, there's nobody that's pissed me off more than little me and said bizarre shit about me, twisted my words, but I do respect him. He's never left. He's never blocked me, and I've done the same to him. And how do I follow him? Have you ever seen the way I talk to him? It's the same way I talk to you, but I do point out his good things, just like I point out your good things.
Right. I hear you.
Like, as much as you want to hate little me, he does have some good qualities.
I believe everybody does.
Well, yeah. So if I'm going to call someone a piece of shit, I got to at least tell them where I think they're good, too.
That's the one thing I said. When I had an issue with little me, he popped over here. We talked it out. That was the end of it. Like, I mean, I know your guys' thing is both deeper with little me than mine. mine was very subtle. It wasn't that big of a deal. But
I don't care.
I know you guys both have deeper shit with him. But that's the one thing is he's a stand-up guy. If you call him out on some shit, he's gonna come up and he'll prove why he said what he said.
I don't know about that, but I do. I appreciate him. He is good. He is good. Like, that's why I appreciate him. I can learn much more from someone like little me and I can learn my lessons from him, and I can see that in other people as well. Like, hey man, when I tell you I'm chosen and I think I'm going to have to go against my prime minister, I need to get some practice runs with other people. You know what I mean? And to me, little me is much more intelligent than Justin Trudeau. So it's just fun for me. I use it as a learning tool. I don't let these people get to me. Has little me riled me up before? Yeah, I get mad thinking people are stupid and don't want to make a change when we can actually see it.
He's definitely one to put it in your face. That's for damn sure. If he sees people slipping, he'll put it in your face.
Oh, for sure. If he catches you in a lie, he will. Hell, he doesn't even have to catch you in a lie. He'll make his own shit up and he'll stand by it. But every once in a while,
I haven't seen him make his own shit up, but he jokes around sometimes, but I haven't seen him make some shit up out of the blue. But I don't know.
He's taking.
I can't tie everything I've seen on the internet to him. Like, I can only speak for the stuff that I've seen him do personally.
That's you, man.
Sit down, baby. There you go.
Where's is Boss Man around?
Boss Man was in the chat earlier.
I definitely want to talk with him.
I get you. We'll talk to him. Maybe we'll talk to Michael Moody at some point. Like I said, I think you guys have a lot more common ground than you think, and that's kind of why I wanted to set this up. I both like.
What are you talking about common ground? What do you mean?
Common ground? You guys have both been trolled pretty hard by little me. That was just a common ground we were just talking about. Right?
Yeah, no, I laugh about it kind of now. It's just, but I no.
You're still getting
through
through
it,
it,
Rocko.
Huh? Be honest with yourself, man. You're still going through it. You can't be like it doesn't bug you at all. It does bug you, and that's why you need to. That's why I thought it helped to talk to somebody like Carl. I've never gone through some shit like I've never been trolled like you guys have.
I'll just deal with it the way I'm dealing with it, man. That's it.
Because that's working for you, eh, Rocko?
Oh, it's just beginning. You'll see. Trust me.
I do feel bad for you, bro. I do.
Is that the end of that? What happened?
I don't know. He's circling. From what I see,
it looked like he closed his laptop.
Maybe. I don't know.
Rocko, do you want me to drop you off the stream? Does that mean we're done talking? Like, I don't know, man. I thought you guys would have a good conversation. I thought it was good, to be honest. I mean, shout out to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate it. And Carl, like I said, we gotta finish our conversation soon.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's the whole big thing, man. Like right down to the point where I believe there's aliens, and yet I've never met them. Yet I believe there's other chosen ones too, and I've never met them. There's, spirituality is not what they fucking teach you it is, man. It will break you.
I don't think anybody can teach you what spirituality is.
Well,
like I said, they can tell you
they
about
can teach for sure. I've used a million different people, but nobody actually.
But they don't know what it is for you.
To me, if you're not being reborn, if you're not like, I don't know, God will just break you down. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just the chosen ones. Who knows? I don't know.
And guys, yeah, I've always told everybody my YouTube channel is here for people to watch. I don't YouTube doesn't work like that. I don't own any of the content that I have up here. It's just it's just up here for everybody. I work a regular job and I do YouTube for fun. I like to talk to people. That's why I was surprised the other day, Carl, that we had such a good conversation. when everybody told me, "Oh, that's crazy, Carl. You guys aren't going to be able to talk." Me and you had probably one of the best conversations I've had in a while as well. You said the same thing to me. I enjoyed it. It was a
Yeah,
good
dude.
time.
I'll fuck. I'll
And
talk
and when I
anytime
can
you
and
want.
when I can have a good conversation with Rocco, I enjoy it too. I think he gets distracted and wants to talk about other people, but I try to bring him back as much as I can. Like that's why I'm glad Rocco came on when he did. Um, I hope you guys get to talk again. I hope he doesn't go online right now and do a rage stream. It's not gonna. I don't think it'll do any good for him. I don't think it's the best idea. Um, but yeah, man, if anybody wants to use my content, Carl, if you guys want to talk again, if you want to talk again to me, or if you want to talk again to Rocco, I'll ask him about it. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I don't want to call it the Rocco and Carl show and keep going too long. But you got any closing statements, Carl?
No, bud. No, I was just. I don't know. I think your boy's living in a delusional world, and like I feel bad for him. Like, look at the shit he had to go through as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I feel
that's
it, and I think that's what he got upset by. I feel bad for him that people are putting his kids on the internet. I feel
and
bad that people are
using
putting
his
that like
dad's name. Like, what a
it's not necessarily to feel bad for somebody isn't a bad thing. Like I don't think that's nearly as bad as people think it is.
But when you're using his dad's name, like you're using something like that happened to a kid, and you're using his dad. I'm sorry, man. You, whoever out there is doing it, you are a fucking piece of shit, and you need to look deep down in your soul because you fucking probably don't have one.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like if everybody's got beef with Rocco, just keep it with Rocco. And I've
Yeah,
said that to everybody in my community, and I stood up for little me when I saw him say it in Rocco's chat because Rocco couldn't see it. Like I've everybody I've talked to, none of them are trying to go after uh, Rocco's family,
I've seen little
unless
me.
his family has been bringing up a certain person as well. Then I understand where it goes. But oh, you had a funny question in the chat. Lil Me wants to know if you have washed Rocco Sacco yet.
Of course we had to. There's too much little me in there.
Yeah, ew, that sounds horrible. What do you mean? God, those are not closing statements. Jesus Christ. God. Thought we were religious around here. Where the fuck are you taking this?
It's about a skit. I did this skit with Rocco Sacco and had little me
I know what the
violated.
Rocco Taco skit is, but when you say there's a little, there's too much little me inside of Rocco Sacco, it just came out wrong. It's a weird combination of the words you put together there. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good night. We'll talk to everybody soon. And yeah, appreciate it, Carl. Talk
All
to you
right.
again
Have a good night, everybody.
later, guys.